It's time to review The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, which, despite this screenshot, turns out not to just be a renamed copy of Murdered Soul Suspect. The game is story-driven and involves exploring the map and uncovering the plot, solving the occasional simple puzzle. While it starts with this patronising message, there's nothing really complex. It basically just means the game will let you wander past one of its sections, leading you to missing it and having to do a lot of backtracking later on. Before we get too far ahead though, the first thing that's apparent on starting the game is that it looks absolutely amazing. It took me completely by surprise in being one of the best looking games I've ever played, and the environments are really nice to wander through. That's a good thing, since although it's never too far between puzzles and story elements, a large part of the game is spent simply exploring the area, and I'm fine with that. Even though the story is quite dark, it's actually quite a relaxing game. Okay, mostly relaxing anyway. The game puts you in the role of Paul Prospero, a paranormal investigator, as he arrives in a mining town after receiving a fan letter from the titular Ethan Carter, which implies something is going on.
Ethan's letter started out just like any other fan mail, but soon there were mentions of things no little boy should know about.
The place is deserted, there are signs of violence, and Prospero sets off to find out what has happened. The main core of the gameplay is spent finding a location and then solving a puzzle of some sort, which then unlocks a series of ghostly scenes. Putting these into the correct order then allows you to witness what happened there, gradually uncovering the sequence of events across the course of the game. The plot has Lovecraftian elements to it, but in the end there's more going on than there initially seems. The puzzles themselves are sometimes interesting but mostly straightforward. You're unlikely to get stuck much. Sometimes you'll need to do a bit of investigation in the area too, finding items involved in the events. Some of them will give you a clue as to something missing in the scene, and then these flying words will help you to find the item you need. Yeah, you're really sticking to your no hand-holding message there, game. None of it is too in-depth though, as this is primarily a narrative experience. The story itself is decent enough, though not the greatest, and the sections based around stories written by Ethan Carter sometimes feel like an excuse to throw in any random ideas that the developers felt like, though they do gain some relevance by the end. The strength is definitely in the atmosphere of exploring the beautiful world they've created. The game certainly has its share of flaws otherwise. This section of the mine can sod off for one. Suddenly we're shoved into a maze-like series of tunnels and this bastard is thrown at us. It's a cheap jump scare and one the game really didn't need to stoop to. Every time the miner catches you, it sends you back to the start of the level, which can be really annoying. It happened a lot more often in the original game though. It's been improved a lot in the Redux version of the game, which all the footage in this review is from. The newer version of the game also eliminates some of the backtracking required at the end of the game if you've missed anything, by introducing a system of portals to quickly get you back to where you need to be. It also ports the game over to Unreal Engine 4 and looks slightly better too, while also running more smoothly. It's nice that they released a major update for free to everyone who already had the game, rather than fixing issues and then trying to make you buy it again. Ultimately, The Vanishing of Ethan Carter falls short of greatness, but for the 4 or 5 hours it lasts, it creates a real sense of place, and I really enjoyed briefly getting to be a part of this world. It's not the best game, and the story didn't always work for me, but it's a worthwhile experience anyway. It just probably won't be one that sticks with you for long, and the memory of it could, like Ethan Carter himself, end up vanishing.